All right, everybody, Jeff here, and let's start talking about some of these diets. Now, keto diet, I'll be honest with you, didn't know a thing about keto diet till approximately about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And I started looking for something for some clients downtown that would spare muscle, but at the same time help them lose weight, especially give them a jump start so they would feel like they're being successful. And I came across keto on a bodybuilding website. And then I started really doing some research and deep diving into it, and even tried it last summer and was very successful with it. Now, the big thing with keto is it can get boring after a while, and so it can be hard to stay with long term. But as far as short term weight loss, it is probably one of the best diets you'll run across. And the other thing, if you are pre-diabetic or maybe even type 2 diabetic, it is one of the best diets in the world to basically reverse your pre-diabetes or your diabetes, all right? So let's just talk real quick. What is keto, all right? Now, keto, if you look up here, it is a low-carb, high-fat diet that puts the body into a state of ketosis, which is basically where you use ketones as your primary fuel source, all right? And that means ketones, that means you're burning fat for fuel, all right? Now, once again, low carb, high fat, that stands what you've probably been taught most of your life completely on its head. And a lot of times it'll make dietitians go, all right? I'm telling you, even though it stands everything we've been taught in our head, it is probably one of the best ways to eat, all right? Now, let's look a little farther here, all right? Benefits. Come on, slide. All right, so here we go. Benefits of keto, all right? Now, I already talked to you about basically weight loss and muscle sparing. It is probably one of the best weight loss diets I've seen, all right? If you can stick with it and get into ketosis, and when I say low carb, we're talking about low carb. We're talking about less than 50 grams of carbs a day. And if you're a high carb eater, it's going to be a shock to your system. But if you can get into it, great for weight loss and also extremely good for muscle sparing. And you don't want to lose muscle when you're dieting, which a lot of low calorie diets do. And as a result, guess what? You burn muscle, you even kill your metabolism even more, all right? Now, the other thing, great blood sugar control and helps with insulin resistance. And the main thing here is you're dropping those carb levels low and you're able to get your insulin levels back under control, meaning you're basically, most folks who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, their insulin levels are way too high, and that's what's causing them to have the sugar problem, right? Mental focus, believe it or not, your brain loves ketones, all right? Most people don't know this, but your brain is actually mostly fat, all right? So the high-fat diet is actually better for your brain. Increased energy level. Once you get into ketosis, you're going to have more energy than you ever thought possible. Now, getting there the first 7 to 10 days, I'm going to tell you, we'll talk a little more about this in a later video. You're going to have what we call the keto flu. And let me tell you what, it's no joke. You feel like trash. You want to quit. But you get through the keto flu, your energy will be unbelievable. Normalize hunger, all right? One thing it will do is it's going to also help you get your leptin levels under control, which will basically make you feel better about not being hungry all the time. You eat a lot of simple carbs. Let me tell you what, you eat it, it's going like that, you're going to be hungry. You eat a higher fat diet, guess what? It's going to stay with you longer. You're going to feel satisfied longer. Another thing here is this, epilepsy. You know, a lot of people look at keto diet and they're thinking, this is some fad diet. Believe it or not, the keto diet was developed for children with epilepsy, and it's actually still used to this day for children with epilepsy that can't use medications to control their seizures. This diet does an excellent job at controlling seizures. Better total to HDL cholesterol ratios. Believe it or not, This diet will raise your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, and it will actually help put your cholesterol ratios, improve those to where it will actually lower your risk for cardiovascular disease. All right. And then last but not least here, acne. All right. If you're having trouble with acne, this is one of the best diets in the world to help improve your skin and get rid of that acne. All right. Now, let's look over here. How to get started. All right. What am I going to eat when I get started? Do eat things you can't eat: meats, leafy greens, above ground vegetables. That's broccoli, cauliflower, squash. High fat dairy. I put heavy cream in everything. All right. Hard cheese on everything. Nuts and seeds. All right. Avocado and berries. A lot of people, we do take away a lot of the fruit, but you can have berries: strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. You can have your berries. And then stevia, all right? That is a natural form of sugar, all right? Or a natural sweetener, not sugar, right? Natural sweetener, very good. And you can use that in a lot of recipes, using your coffee, even use it put it in unsweet tea to make your tea sweet. No carbs in stevia, all right? Do not eat things you don't eat. No grains, no sugar. Fruits like apples, bananas, oranges, gone. Tubers, potatoes, if you've heard me talk much, rice, potatoes, and what is the other one? Pasta, can't have, all falls into this, all right? Processed snacks or processed foods in general, all right? Got to get rid of the potato chips, no French fries, and like I said, pastas, gone, all right? If you attack it this way, and you have to count your carbs. We'll talk about that a little later. Got to count your net carbs. Keep those low. But if you do it, let me tell you what, you're going to see weight loss like crazy. And contrary to what most people say, or most experts say, keto, excellent diet. I'll be the first to say I've found that some of the doctors here in Little Rock have started prescribing keto for their type 2 diabetic patients. Smart doctors. All right. Hope this helps. And like I said, we're going to have some more on keto tomorrow.